Calgery,
Yes.
Jimenez,
No.
Moore, Versteg.
Yes.
Okay, it passes. Moving on. Item D, let's consider a resolution approving the plan specs, form of contract, and estimated cost for the sidewalk improvement project along D Avenue West, North L Street, and Green Street. On February 2nd of 2015, City Council passed a resolution entering into a federal aid agreement with the Iowa Department of Transportation. The scope of the work was to construct new sidewalk along one side road on the following locations. So D Avenue West, from 1012 D Avenue West to North L Street, and also North L Street from D Avenue West to Green Street, and Green Street from Pella Avenue to Orchard Avenue. Gardner and Associates has prepared the plans and specs for this sidewalk improvement project. Engineering cost estimate is $175,650. Staff has set a public hearing because the City Council will not be able to wait until the June 6, 2016 meeting due to this date being more than 30 days after the April 19, 2016 Iowa DOT bid letting and April 28, 2016 Iowa DOT notification. The bid bond is good for 30 days. The signed contract documents need to be returned to the Iowa Department of Transportation by May 28th to stay within the 30-day period. So now is the time for interested persons to express their opinions concerning the project plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost. I'll open the public hearing. Does anyone care to speak at this time? Okay, seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Do we have a motion supporting the plan specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for this? Okay, any discussion?
A lot of money for a sidewalk. How's that?
As I remember, there were certain things that govern on federal projects,
Yes, there are.
and so we had an opportunity to engineer this thing to those standards. And now it's yes. Okay. Any further conversation?
So is it gonna be Davis Bacon?
So I see a lot of money
Anything else? Roll call, please.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Jimenez,
Yes.
Moore, Versteg,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item E, consider a resolution awarding the contract for the sidewalk improvement project. On April 19, 2016, the bids were let at the Iowa DOT office for the sidewalk improvement project at D Avenue West, North L Street, Green Street. Scope of the work, as described before, 4 bids were received, and the lowest apparent bid submitted by DeLong Construction in the amount of $138,356.15. The 4 bids were from DeLong Construction, $138,356.15, TK Concrete, $184,901, Howry Construction, $306,820, and OEL Construction Services, $379,899.60. Just slightly missed the mark. That close.
That big of a range.
Gardner and Associates estimated the cost of the construction project to be $175,650. So, if the project is awarded, the proposed construction has a start date of September 19, anticipated work completion time 30 days. The original federal grant allocated $232,000 for this project. The city was initially awarded $232,000 grant for the Iowa DOT funding to pay for 80% of the project cost. That would be $185,600, with the city's contribution for 20% of the project cost being $46,400. However, the scope of the sidewalk project was reduced by removing the North 3rd Street from the middle school to the rec trail and Green Street, the Orchard Avenue to M Avenue West, in order to meet the engineer estimate for the construction cost. The committed expenses for this project are $68,356.59 for the engineering services, and that's what was approved by council at the April 6th meeting, 2015, and $138,356.15 for the construction cost, and that's awarded at this meeting. That brings the total cost committed towards the project to be $206,712.74, and leaves an unused amount of $25,282.26. Staff will try to work with the Iowa DOT to use the entire funding amount of $232,000 by extending the sidewalk project on Green Street from Orchard Avenue to M Avenue West. So, do we have a motion awarding the contract to the low bidder, and that would be DeLong Construction, $138,856.15.
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
They know it was Davis Bacon. That's the way it looks, they didn't know.
yeah,
That's surprising.
yeah. So, okay, we have a motion, a second, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Jimenez,
Yes.
Moore. Yes. Persig,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item F, consider approval of a 6-month application for a Class C liquor license with Sunday sales and outdoor service area from the Oskaloosa Area Chamber Development Group, and the use of the city-owned alley located between Smoky Row and Bridal Greens to host various events from June 1st, 2016 through November 30th of 2016. The application is complete, pending Graham Shop approval. And along with this liquor license, the Chamber and Development Group has requested the use of the city-owned alley located between Smoky Row and Bridal Greens to hold events for the duration of the 6-month license. Staff is recommending approval. Do we have a motion supporting?
So moved.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Calgery,
Yes.
Jimenez,
Yes.
Moore. Yes. Persig,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item G, consider a resolution to approve and direct the mayor to execute a professional services contract with Calhoun Burns and Associates for the North 17th Street Bridge Replacement Project. This has an Iowa DOT project number, it sure does, in the amount not to exceed $67,655. The city council at the meeting of July 20th of 2015 authorized an agreement with the Iowa Department of Transportation for a bridge replacement project over the Spring Creek tributary. The city of Oskaloosa was awarded an 80-20 matching grant up to $1 million for the North 17th Street Bridge Replacement Project. The bridge spans the tributary of Spring Creek, was inspected and rated by Calhoun Burns and Associates in 2014. Overall, the bridge was found to be in poor condition with an estimated remaining life of 2 years, which means it would fail at 26.
Let's go
Pedestrian traffic only. After city staff consideration, Calhoun Burns and Associates was chosen to provide professional services for the project and prepared a professional services contract in an amount not to exceed $67,655. Contract has been submitted to and reviewed by the Iowa DOT. Staff is recommending the council approve the motion to enter into a professional services contract with Calhoun Burns and Associates for the North 17th Street Bridge Replacement Project. We have a motion supporting this.
Move. Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jimenez,
Yes.
Moore. Yes. Persig,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Now, item H is, the council received an email from Mike, I believe, last Friday, that originally we were gonna be talking about a site plan for Fellowship Bible Church. They have, since requested that this be pulled, that they don't intend to build that site plan, and so there's not much, sense in approving something that's not gonna be done.
Comment on that?
Okay?
Like, it's just my understanding that some folks in the community believe the reason they're not moving forward with their plans is because of the requirements we were gonna place on them. And my understanding from what I read this morning and whenever it was given to us is that that's not the case at all. And I thought it might be nice to clarify that.
Yeah, the conversation that we received was that, you think about the experience that the city of Oskaloosa had with the fire station, where we had an engineering estimate of $3 million to get it built, the bids came in at $4 million. And so while this isn't an identical situation, my understanding from Fellowship Bible is that the work that they had specified had come in significantly overbid. And so that they were needing to rethink what their project was in light of the confinements with the money that's being raised for this project at that time.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Item number I, this is discussion and possible action establishing a loading and unloading zone along the west side of South Market Street between First Avenue and the east-west alley north of First Avenue. At the meeting on April 4th, 2016, City Council directed staff to perform a study regarding the possible establishment of a loading and unloading zone along the west side of South Market Street between First Avenue and the east-west alley north of First Avenue from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Currently, this section of South Market Street is on-street parallel parking. As part of this study, the survey was mailed to the property owners adjacent to the affected area. Two options were presented. Option 1 places the loading and unloading zone just south of the alley entrance in front of 115 South Market Street. And option 2 places the loading and unloading zone just north of the First Avenue in front of 121 South Market Street. Both options would convert 2 parallel parking spaces into a loading-unloading zone, and of the 5 owners that responded, 4, namely 80%, want to leave the street as is with no loading and unloading zone, and 1 wanted option 2, that being the one placing the loading and unloading zone just north of First Avenue in front of 121 South Market Street. In the past, trucks have either used the alley or stopped alongside the parallel parking to make deliveries. However, with the upcoming alley improvement project, trucks will no longer be able to pull into the alley for deliveries. The street width of approximately 45 feet does still allow for trucks to park either in the turn lane or along the parking to make deliveries. Staff has recommended no changes to the current parking along South Market Street. However, if council does decide to pursue the establishment of a loading and unloading zone, staff would recommend option 2. So in our packet, we have maps showing the 2 options that were there, and of course, we've got, property owners, 4 to 1 saying that they would like to leave it as is. So do we have a motion for
well, what you got here is not how I recommended it to begin with.
Okay.
I've already discussed it.
Okay, so is there a motion to do nothing, option 1 or option 2?
I'll do nothing.
Okay. And a second from Joey to do nothing, okay? Floor is open.
Okay, what I proposed was that we use the alley as part of the parking space and take one place away, either north or south. So I'm not asking for 2 places, I'm asking for 1. And just to give you a little history on UPS, in a 4-state area, including Iowa, they've had 388 hit wall parks. That's 23% of their accidents because they're parked on a highway making deliveries. For some reason, we took the alley away from them. And Mike, I don't recall ever bidding or voting on that, we closed that alley. Did this council ever vote on closing the alley? On the north end?
On the north end, excuse me, Mayor Council, the project plan for stormwater improvements associated with that section of the mall parking lot, trolley place was voted on by council. In that plan, it was shown that the alley would be closed with a curb. I also, I believe, had shared with the council that that was the intention along with that project.
Well, I would have been on the council, I don't recall that. So now you've got UPS now and FedEx, you know, they have 2 ways of delivering. They can park out in the street or they can back down the alley. So I just told you that 23% of their accidents are hit while parked, almost 20% is from backing. So 50%, almost 50% of their accidents, the city has taken away everything that helps protect them. I personally don't think taking 1 parking place is asking too much to make it keep the guy from getting injured. That's just my way of thinking.
The new problem I got now is, I talked to DOT today, and they can't park that semi like they do. They're just getting by with it.
In the middle of the street. In the middle of the street?
And that semi won't fit in anything we're talking about here.
He has to back down the alley then.
So, you know, what are you gonna do?
The other option is go on First Avenue. Is that pull in there? That's another option.
Drive around till you get
Well,
5 places. Oh,
That's where
That's a
Well, this isn't gonna help the semi anyway, but it would help. And the other thing I request, that I brought to Mike's attention is I'm only asking for this for 9 until noon. So I'm not not taking a parking place away all day long. Both UPS and FedEx are in there, in and out between those hours, between 9 and noon.
I was kinda hoping they'd show up and argue for it too, but they haven't.
Well, I was hoping they would too, but they didn't, so.
And Mayor and Council, the reason, the survey didn't include that information, we already sent out the letters before that 9 to noon discussion.
Well, I certainly was in support of doing the study, and part of the group, I think, that asked for it, and I think I commented at a past meeting. Certainly appreciated Councilmember Versteeg's history and experience with this, so I thought we needed to look at it, but, over a 1 week period, I saw 3 of those type of trucks, and the alley was open, but yet they still parked in the street. And I saw one up on High Avenue, or 2 on High Avenue, where the alley was open, and then one right there in front of where we're talking about putting it. And in all 3 instances, the alley was open, they could have chosen that, and they didn't. And so, I appreciate we need to provide the opportunity, but if it's not going to be used even when it's there, then I don't know that taking away parking spaces when the
We're
business.
not talking about the alleys on First, we're talking about the highway.
Right, I say South Market, I'm sorry. It was twice on High Avenue East and once on, South Market, right there, the alley that we're talking about. They parked right in front of it instead of pulling into it, so, I wanted to do the study, but after what I observed, I'm not inclined to do anything different at this point. My thoughts.
Any further comments? Okay. Motion and second to do nothing. Roll call, please.
Moore,
Yes.
Versteeg,
No,
Walling,
No.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Jimenez,
Yes. Okay, that passes. Okay, moving on, item 7, we hit the end of the regular agenda, so reports from city staff, city manager, anything?
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
City clerk, anything?
the mayor and council should have received a budget book tonight, in paper form. Just want to let everybody know that it's also out on the city's website, includes the city manager's budget message, CIP, and the budget for fiscal year 17, if anybody wants to view.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. City attorney, anything?
Nothing, thank you.
Okay. Moving on, how about city council members? Start with you, Joe.
Nothing.
Okay, yeah. Sally?
Yes, this week we had a driving accident at high school in many city and entities, the fire department, Master Sheriff Department, National Partnership, participated and helped us, and we really appreciate it.
And that was an event, not an actual accident.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Demonstration event.
Somebody's gonna make that clear. Seen it in the paper.
Okay, Doug,
Nothing to answer.
Tom,
No, sir.
okay, leaves you, Steve?
I just wanted to do a shout out to, I did that letter that I talked to y'all about a month ago. We've got the city staff going out and where they do nuisance violations. First of all, I want to do a shout out to them that they're out there busy. The first 2 weeks of May, I believe the number's 108, that they're working to try and make our community a better, a safer and prettier place to live. And in the letter I requested from churches that they'd be interested to help some of these folks if they were in need of assistance. 3 churches responded: Central Reformed Church, Central United Methodist Church, and St. John Lutheran Church all responded that they're more than willing to help. And we've met to give them some ideas on how to do that, and they'll be on a list that we're gonna provide that they get. So now these folks have got some avenue for some help if they need it. So, I mean, Central Reformed Church is just totally amazing. I mean, they are looking for work to do. So we said, well, we can probably give you some. So, I just want to thank those folks for their help, so.
Very good. Okay, I don't have anything to add. Last opportunity we have is for a closed session, to hold a closed session under Iowa Code Section 21.5.1.I. This is to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual's reputation. And that individual requests a closed session, and then we will reconvene in open session to consider approval of the contract. City Manager Mike Schrock has been employed here since June 15 of 2009, and it's on his annual evaluation. And so, we have a motion supporting the idea of going into closed session.
So moved.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Persig,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Jimenez,
Yes.
Moore,
Okay, that passes. We're going